Who would have thought that a single first pitch could shake an entire stadium and stir millions of hearts around the world? But on that day, under the dazzling lights and cheers that rolled like waves, Kim Taehyung, V, stepped onto the pitcher's mound, and suddenly time seemed to slow down. Cameras flashed, purple banners waved, and the air was filled with excitement. This was not just the opening ceremony of a game. It was a moment that felt like a movie, a small step with a long echo. From the moment V emerged from the tunnel, the aura was undeniable. His straight back, his reassuring thin smile, and his confident gaze. The previously boisterous audience suddenly held their breath. There was a subtle yet powerful magnetism, a combination of a global star and a boy who always knew how to touch hearts. In the stands, a sea of armies raised their light sticks, painting the sky with pulsating purple. And on the sidelines, the figure who never fails to bring warmth, J-Hope, offered a supportive smile that felt like a hug for the entire fandom. When V gripped the ball, the stadium turned into a silent space filled only with the sound of heartbeats. His fingers, which usually danced on the microphone, now embraced the texture of the ball. There was a small sparkle in his eyes, a mix of enthusiasm and responsibility. People came to watch the game, but suddenly realized they were witnessing a small piece of history that would be remembered for a long time. Can he do it? Some people asked. Army had no doubts. They knew V never did anything halfway when giving something to the world. His wind-up motion is elegant, clean, simple, without excessive drama, but that is precisely where his charm lies. Like a poetic sentence spoken softly, the throw glides through the air. The ball's arc pierces the air, drawing an invisible line between dream and reality. The crowd erupts. Some cheered, some laughed in relief, some had tears in their eyes. Not because of speed or statistics, but because of the feeling, an overflowing pride that couldn't be contained. That's V. He always turns simple things into stories we'll remember for years to come. In the moments that followed, the camera captured small moments that tugged at the heartstrings. V bowed politely, raised his hand, and flashed a warm smile. J-Hope approached with light steps, patting his shoulder with a small laugh, a gesture of friendship that seemed to say, "You did it beautifully." Two friends who grew up in the storm of the spotlight, standing in the middle of a foreign field, but managed to make it feel like home. There was an indescribable comfort. They shared the stage, shared the burden, and shared genuine happiness. In the stands, there were armies clutching their chests, some recording with trembling hands, some hugging their friends without words. Did you see? He's really there. He did it. This moment erased the distance. Those watching from their phone screens in small rooms, from noisy cafes in big cities, or from schools that had just dismissed, all connected by one name, one throw, one warming second. Isn't this what keeps us going? Aren't moments like these what bind us to music, to stories, to hope? And behind the cheers, there is a softer but poignant message, the courage to step into the unknown and to do so with grace. V is not a professional athlete, but he stepped up, learned, and gave the best version of himself, without pretense, without trying to be someone else. In that throw, we see fragments of his long journey. The boy who loved art, the teenager who pursued the stage, the musician who wove feelings into melodies, and now, the figure who dared to celebrate his first time in a completely new place. J-Hope, in his own unique way, became a shadow of light at the edge of the frame. He laughs, gives a thumbs up, reflecting the pride in his eyes that we have seen shine on thousands of stages. No dialogue is needed, only body language. We are together. Simple, but moving. Because sometimes, the most sincere friendship is the one that doesn't need to be constantly shouted out. Just being there, just being confident, just being supportive. After that brief moment, the field returned to being just a field. The players got ready, the referee blew the whistle, and the statistics began to be recorded. But for us, time seemed to stand still at the moment the ball left V's fingers. We replayed the video, zoomed in on his smile, listened again to the roar that erupted in the stadium. There was a feeling that was hard to shake, a mixture of pride, emotion, and a little disbelief. We knew that on days when the world felt heavy, this memory would be our refuge. He stood there, and he did it beautifully, we said to ourselves, and the weight on our chests suddenly lifted. This moment also gently slaps us in the face. how vast the world is, how vast our possibilities are. If V can cross the boundary from the stage to the field, perhaps we too can step out of the boxes that hold us back. There is contagious courage. There is creeping confidence. We learn that being the first doesn't have to be perfect. The important thing is to be sincere and brave. And isn't that the essence of all big dreams? At night, when the stadium lights go out and the stands slowly empty, the echoes of cheers still linger. The field holds the traces of footsteps. The air still holds fragments of euphoria. In the corners of the city, small cafes tell stories. In quiet rooms, phone screens continue to replay clips. The name V whispers through conversations, blending with a gentle call. You make us proud. Meanwhile, J-Hope smiles. He knows the world will always remember the day his friend threw the ball, casting a glimmer of hope to everyone watching. In the end, this isn't just about sports. It's about hearts that choose to be present, about hands that dare to try, and about friendships that never tire of being a support. One throw doesn't change the score of life, but it can change the way we see ourselves. V showed that the glamour of the stage and the field can meet on the same line, a line called courage. And for Army, you, us, this moment will become a story retold. Remember that day? We'll ask in the future. Remember the cheers? Remember J-Hope's gaze? Remember V's soothing smile? We'll laugh, maybe shed a small tear, and feel whole again. Because on that day, it wasn't just V who threw the ball. He threw a piece of courage that landed right in our hearts. And since then, we've walked a little straighter, a little warmer, a little more confident. This is a page we'll keep safe. Among concerts, albums, and grand stages, there was that first throw in a stadium far away. Simple, brief, but shining. And if one day the world feels too quiet, we know where to return. To the moment when V stood on the pitcher's mound, raised his hand, and taught us all that the first time can be this beautiful. One thing is certain, V's first pitch wasn't just about sports, not just a ceremony, but about courage, friendship, and unforgettable pride. So what do you think, Army? Will you also keep this moment forever in your hearts? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss out on other emotional stories about BTS. See you in the next video.